Ryan Jarrell here for All Access MMA, and I have the Death Star Khama Worthy back on the show, who will be fighting next on October the 23rd at UFC Vegas 41 when he meets Jai Herbert. Khama, how are you?
Good, man. Cannot complain. Feeling good.
Good. I'm excited to see you back in the octagon. We're winding right down. Next weekend is the big fight night, so tell me how you feeling. How's this camp been?
Oh, doing good, man. I feel pretty decent, pretty good. Weights on point and stuff. Camp's been good. I've been doing my camp out here in Vegas at Syndicate gym, so getting some different looks and stuff. So it's been a good camp.
Awesome. Is this your first time changing it up and going to Syndicate?
Yes, yeah. This is my first time really going anywhere for an actual fight camp. Yes.
What went behind that decision?
Just like, I mean, I train, I run my own gym back home. It feels, it's comfortable, I mean, like I've gone to other places, I go to other gyms a little bit, but it's mostly run out of my gym, my full fight camp. So it's just a little bit comfortable. And I wanted to get a little bit uncomfortable. I turned 35 tomorrow. This is my, I have a couple more years left of doing this. So I wanted to make sure if I'm doing it, I'm going to put it all into it. So, yeah, I just wanted to just give it all that I have and make the necessary sacrifices and just take it from there.
Well, happy early birthday. You don't look a day over 25, man, so you're doing something right.
I've been getting that a lot. I was at the sauna yesterday talking with this guy. He's fighting his first UFC fight. And I told him how old I was. He was like, holy shit, man. I was like, yeah, all right. I'm like, believe me, I look like I'm in my 20s, but my body doesn't feel that way.
Well, I'm sure you got plenty of time left to achieve all the goals you want in this sport. Let's talk a little bit more about Syndicate and the training partners that you've been getting from this camp, because, man, they have a bunch of killers. I'm sure you've been getting some great work in.
Yeah, man, they have a lot of really good guys, a lot of good 55ers, tall and lanky, just like my opponent. And then after Hooker's last fight, he's actually been training here at Syndicate in preparation for his next fight. So I've been able to get some good work with him. So that's like a top 15 guy who's actually the same exact height and reach as my upcoming opponent and stuff. So I've been getting some really good work with him and a lot of other guys, Brandon, a lot of good guys here at Syndicate. So it's been really good. And John's been pretty awesome too.
That's fantastic. Is this something that you can see yourself doing maybe more in the future, going back to Syndicate, or is this kind of like a one-off?
My plan is to make that be my second gym, like my gym when I go for camps and stuff, and maybe just come out here just to keep sharp and stuff like that. But definitely when I have camps, I'll be doing them out here.
Yeah, and it's got to be a lot easier too, being right there in Vegas, not having to worry about traveling and all that stuff. It must make it just so much more seamless.
Yeah, I mean, you get used to dry air and stuff, rather than arriving on Monday and the air between Pittsburgh and Vegas. It's really different. It took me like a week just to get used to it and stuff. So now, because I was actually gonna think about going back home, then flying back out there, nah, I'm just gonna stay here the whole time and just do the whole camp out here.
Yeah, and it's also getting closer to that winter time. So how cold it gets in Pittsburgh, it might be nice to just stay in Vegas for a little while.
The weird thing is it's actually warm. It was warmer in Pittsburgh a couple of days out here because Vegas had this weird cold front come through. Everybody was like, you brought it with you. But another day, a big crazy sandstorm, the power was out and all kind of stuff. So it's a little different. But it is brighter and more sun out here.
Well, Vegas is a great place to be, and obviously the headquarters of the UFC and just, combat sports in general. I know you got to be feeling, I guess, maybe a little bit more pressure to get a win in this one, coming off the 2 losses. What's your mindset right now going into this one?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of pressure, then at the same time, not. I trying to approach every fight the same way. But yeah, it's not the pressure to get a win. It's just I want to just get back to being normal and feeling how I feel in the cage. So it's not where I need to get a win. It's just more of I want to get back to that feeling of moving forward and stuff. So yeah, man, I want to go out there and have a good performance. It's not like my last 2 performances, if I would have lost and still had good I don't think those were good performances. That's what kind of sucked. It's I just didn't think I really got off the way I wanted to. So I mean, I've lost before in my career, and so I mean, I understand losses, but those, especially my last one, was just I didn't even feel like I even got going. Fight was over.
I was looking at your whole record here prior to the interview on Tapology, and I noticed back in the day you had 2 losses back to back, and then you rattled off 7 straight wins. So that's something that clearly you tweak something and change something in your game to, put yourself in a good position. Do you feel that with this move to Syndicate that you're making the right strides to grow as a fighter here? Because you're at the highest of levels now, and I'm sure every fight you get from now on out is going to be a tough one.
Yeah, man. I mean, that's definitely why I came out. You gotta always have some type of progression, and like I didn't feel like stagnant back home, but it just felt like like I said, I felt comfortable. And you got the last thing you want to be as a fighter is get comfortable, because fighting is the total opposite. It's about being uncomfortable. So yeah, I mean that's why I came out here to get that knot in my feeling. People that can not saying that people can't beat me when I'm back at home. Like my teammate John Diaz, like my little brother Pat Ed. I mean a lot of guys that I train with. My man Nick Brown. He actually fights in Bellator. He has his first Bellator fight this weekend. There's a lot of guys, and then like guys at the Mat Factor, all kind of guys kick my butt. But it's a different level out here when you're kind of like the guy from halfway across the country. You know what I mean? So it's just a little different, little knots in your stomach that you got to work through and stuff like that. And then it's like, there's multiple guys. Like I said, I get to work with Hooker. He's top 10 in the world. I think he's like ranked number 6 or something. So that all like gets your brain where it needs to be.
Yeah, no doubt. Are you hoping that maybe you're going to get one of those fights back against Azatar or Malarkey? I mean, I'm sure a rematch with one of them down the line, you wouldn't be opposed to it. Is that something that you have your eyes on?
No, I don't really do rematches. I don't like look back for me. Even people that I beat, like rematch them again later on. Like there's well, now there's only 2. There's 2 other guys in the UFC that I've lost to, and people ask me. I'm like, nah, yeah. I'm like, that I don't live like, oh, let me get that one back. Like it's that those things got me to where I'm at now, and I'm not like trying to. There's too many lightweights to be looking for rematches. Like there's way too many lightweights to look for rematches.
We are seeing a lot of short notice fights. I mean, we're living in a weird world right now with COVID and whatnot. So a lot of opportunities that maybe, fighters didn't have in the past. So would that be something that you could do, to make 55 on short notice if that opportunity presented itself?
Oh, me? Yo, yeah. I mean, I could if I'm in shape and stuff, but like I like to have a little bit of time. I'm a not a bigger lightweight, but I'm a pretty decent, medium sized lightweight. But yeah, I mean, like I'll take fights as long as the money's right. Yeah.
Would you ever consider going to another weight class, or is 155 just where your home is at moving forward, regardless?
Yeah. 145, that's a hell no. And 170. Every time I talk about fighting 170, and then like there's a guy out here, he at Syndicate, he just fought in the Contender Series. He's from Canada, and I'm pretty sure he's a welterweight. And I'm like, holy shit, dude. Shoulders this fucking big. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm like I always talk like, yeah, maybe I can take a welterweight fight. And then I see them in person. I'm like, nah, their bone structure, the density. I'm like, nah, I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. You guys are just too big. So yeah,
What?
definitely.
Okay, fair enough. What's the biggest you get? Like if you're out of camp and you're eating whatever you want, like how heavy do you get now?
Like 184. That's big for me.
Okay.
That's like me, like drinking Moscow mules and shit, and I mean, like training maybe once a week and eating mac and cheese every night and stuff and donuts, and but I'm like 184 and I'm like breathing hard and sweating mayonnaise and shit. So I don't like to stay like that. I don't like to stay like that. So I'm normally like around like 180, 179, and then like I start training, and like once I cut out dairy products and stuff, my weight drops down and stuff.
So what is the typical go-to meal after, a fight night, and you get in there, you do your thing. I'm sure there's got to be something specific that you're like craving that you want to get out of the way.
Yeah, so I'm a vegetarian, so like I love, like I'm a big mac and cheese type person, and like really good like really healthy thick mac and cheese. So that's usually like something like that. So I mean I love pizza too. Like I went to the PI. I remember that first time I went to the PI and I told them how many pizzas I eat, and they were like, "Yo, you gotta chill," because I'd be like, "Yeah, it's Monday. I'm training, I eat a pizza, and then it's Monday night, I eat another pizza. And they're like, yo, you gotta chill with those fucking empty carbs.
That's my weakness too, brother. Pizza, it gets me every single time. I did want to ask you too, just about the top of the lightweight division. You know, we're going to have that title fight around the corner with Oliveira and Poirier. Who do you see winning that fight?
Um, I literally just did an interview like 2 minutes before you. I love like Poirier. I think he's a dog, but I don't think anyone's beating Oliveira right now. I just think he's coming into who he's supposed to be, and he's just going to get more and more dangerous. I don't see anyone beating him.
Okay, what about Chandler and Gaethje? And those two don't like one another, so that's going to be fireworks, man.
Yeah, definitely, but I don't think. I mean, Chandler, like he did his thing in his first fight. He was doing good against the champ too, but I think Gaethje's a bad matchup for him. I think that's going to be a bad night for him.
All right, let's talk about this fight here with Jai Herbert. Who's going to be in your corner come fight night? Are you going to have the coaches from Syndicate there?
No, for this one, I'm just gonna have my regular coaches from my gym, and then I'll figure out like how the coaching staff will be. I'll do that accordingly to fights and stuff. So this fight, I'll still have my regular training camp, like regular coaches from my gym and stuff like that for this camp.
And so what left do you have to do? Is it just cutting the weight at this point, or do you have more actually training to do before you step into the cage?
Yeah, so I'm actually about to leave in like 20 minutes and go. I'm about to do some sparring right now. And then I'll probably do a little bit of like movement sparring this weekend just to make sure just to help cut some weight a little bit and stuff. And then besides that, yeah, it's go time. Like now there's not really much you can gain. So right now I'm just worried about making it alive.
Fair enough.
COVID and shit.
All right, let's talk about Jai Herbert. He's 10-3. He's 0-2 in the UFC. How do you like this matchup for yourself?
It's a tough matchup. I like it, but it's a really tough matchup. Like he's 0-2 in the UFC, but he's had some tough opponents. I mean, like me and him both have had tough opponents throughout our entire UFC careers. But yeah, he's a very unique type of fighter. But I think I have him figured out and stuff. It's not going to be an easy fight. It's definitely going to be a hard fight, more of a mental fight. But I'm looking forward to getting there and getting a W.
Do you see yourself getting a finish here, or is this going to be a grind 3-round war?
It can go either way, man. It all just depends. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be a chess match, and there's always an opportunity for me to like sneak in and get the finish. Like I pride myself in knowing how to find finishes in fights. But if I need to go all 3 rounds and get the decision, I can do that as well.
If you stay healthy, man, how active are you trying to stay? Are you going to try and get another fight in before the end of the year?
That's my plan. My plan is to get another fight in like maybe December, maybe early January, or maybe just be like, hey, just like put you back to February and stuff. That way I can like go through the holiday season stuff and then come back out to Syndicate in January and fight. I mean, so yeah, but I would like to fight and then instantly rebook another fight. Like even if it's down the road, but I'd like to rebook a fight instantly. Like I said, I'm 35. I want to fight at least another 10 times in the UFC before I retire, and I want to fight at least like 3 times a year or so. So I've run another 3 years or so, and we'll just take it from there.
All right, man. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you back in the octagon. Again, Khama Worthy meets Jai Herbert at UFC Vegas 41 on October the 23rd. Always a pleasure talking to you. Before I let you go, I want to give you the floor. Tell people where to follow you on social media. If you have anyone to thank, the floor is yours.
Yeah, you can follow me at Instagram at DeathStar_1. Twitter, the same thing. My Twitter, I don't know what's up with my Twitter. They blocked me out of my Twitter. I don't know why. I emailed Twitter like 18 times. They kept saying they were investigating it. I don't know what the hell happened. But I've never used my Twitter in a month, so hopefully UFC can help me out with that. But yeah, Instagram, the DeathStar_1. Don't say no stupid shit because I respond to stupid shit. I come right back at you. Yeah, but thank just basically everyone that's up and helped me out for this camp and stuff, and I look forward to putting on the show for you guys next week.